Live from WKYC Studios, this is Go.
A gathering to address bullying. Why dozens of parents say the bullying problem at Menor High School has only gotten worse.
We would like to get it back as close to the original as possible.
Reconstruction continues on a local church that caught fire, but the repairs have proven to be costly. How you can help coming up.
And following a warm and wet weekend, I'm seeing a temperature drop in your forecast. We'll talk about that, plus a severe weather chance later this week. A lot to discuss. We've got your forecast in just minutes.
Good morning, everyone. Time is now 5 a.m. and we are taking a live look at Progressive Field this morning as the Guardians count down the hours to next Tuesday's home opener with the White Sox. We'll have more details on that coming up, and I'm sure Matt will let us know if it will snow on that day, because you never know when it comes to opening day. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Danielle Wiggins in for Danita and Matt this morning. So speaking of Matt, let's go ahead and bring him in because, Matt, you say there is temperature drops that we're going to be expecting.
Yeah, Danielle, and I mean, just looking ahead to the Guardians game, it does look cold next week. I mean, like winter cold. So we'll talk about a rapid rise in temps and a severe weather chance coming our way again this week. We've got the details coming up. Danielle?
Okay, Matt, thank you. Time is now 5:02 and happening today in court. A man who was convicted of human trafficking is set to be sentenced in Cuyahoga County Court. 32-year-old DeAndre Inkton pleaded guilty to several charges related to human trafficking and promoting prostitution. Police say Inkton trafficked 8 women and forced them into prostitution. The Ohio Attorney General's office says investigators linked him to more than 4,000 sex advertisements in 12 states, including 2,000 in Ohio. Inkton's sentencing is this morning at 11. Meantime, the trial begins in the aftermath of the East Palestine train disaster 2 years ago. Norfolk Southern is suing 2 companies to share its $600 million settlement costs. One company owned the rail car, which had a failed bearing that caused the derailment. The other company is accused of giving faulty information that led to the decision to burn the toxic cargo. Both deny wrongdoing. Meanwhile, affected residents are still waiting for most of their settlement money to arrive. Time is now 5:03, and a local community outraged over alleged bullying problems at Menor High School. And dozens of families gathered over the weekend to address the issue. Parents say the district is failing to protect students, while school leaders insist they're listening. Peter Fleischer has the story.
Problems with bullying have grown so severe inside the walls of Menor High that dozens of families felt they had to gather outside them to fight for change.
All of our kids are affected.
We'll continue to cover this story and report back if and when changes are made to Menor's policy or code of conduct. Back to you.
And that was Peter Fleischer reporting. Peter, thank you. An update now on a deadly crash that shut down Eddy Road for hours Friday night. Cuyahoga County Sheriff's deputies tried to stop a car driving erratically on East 9th Street in Cleveland. When the car refused to stop, a chase began onto I-90 eastbound on the Shoreway. The suspect exited onto Eddy Road, hit another car just beyond the intersection, launching it over the bridge. The fleeing driver, a 45-year-old man, died at the scene. The other driver, a 48-year-old woman, was thrown from her vehicle. She's now in the hospital with serious injuries. An investigation is underway. Now 5:07 and switching gears now, Cleveland State University is losing their head basketball coach, Danielle Robinson. He is stepping down as he is now taking the same position with the University of North Texas. Robinson spent the last 3 years at CSU, where he won at least 20 games every year with an overall record of 65-42.
This morning, the Cavs have now won 60 games this season after a close matchup with the LA Clippers last night. Potential playoff preview, perhaps, against the Knicks. Danielle.
Okay, Matt, now something special happened at last night's game because a Cleveland Heights school bus driver who saved lives when his school bus burst into flames was honored at that game. Cavs superstar Donovan Mitchell invited Dorian Pace to the game. He received a standing ovation from the team and fans alike. Pace helped to escort 15 Monticello middle school students to safety last month after their bus broke down and caught on fire. You can see the flames there. So Pace quickly got the kids away from the bus before it burst into flames, and thankfully, no one was hurt. Time is now 5:09, and coming up next on Go, the death toll is climbing after a devastating earthquake in Myanmar. Rescue teams now racing to find survivors as hospitals run low on supplies. The latest at 5:13. And severe weather slams portions of the U.S. We'll get a look at some of the hardest hit areas next. Matt?
Yeah, Danielle, we're going to do this all over again as well later this week across a good portion of the country. We'll detail that in the forecast. Meanwhile, getting you out the door this morning, 50s this morning, but beware, we've got temperatures going the wrong way today. It's going to be in the 40s, air temperature-wise, feels like the 30s when you come home from work.
Time is now 5:13. Welcome back to Go. The death toll following Friday's massive earthquake in Myanmar continues to rise. That number stands at more than 1,700 today, following the 7.7 magnitude quake that caused numerous buildings to collapse. And back here at home in the United States, tens of millions of people were under severe storm threats over the weekend, from Texas and up through Michigan. We even saw the aftermath of that storm system blow through last night. NBC's Priscilla Thompson has more.
Weather whiplash as millions brace for more treacherous storms ahead.
Next week, Danielle, looking like winter, 30s and 40s with maybe some snowflakes around. For the opener, what is happening?
Oh, goodness. Well, I say here in Northeast Ohio, we are not done with snow until June.
That's right, till June 30th.
Thanks, Matt. Time is now 5:19, and this morning, America is facing an affordable housing crisis. People needing a place to stay outpace available housing by the millions. And in today's Mission Possible, Christy Paul looks at Cleveland's efforts to close that gap.
A foundation for the future, one home at a time. Christy Paul, 3 News.
Christy, thank you. Time is now 5:22 and still ahead for you on Go. The Final Four is set, and for the first time since 2008, it is all #1 seeds. We have the biggest moments from the weekend next.